Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. This week's video is going to be May Mediums in Review, and I'm going to talk about all the books that I read and the movies that I watched and the TV shows that I watched. I did all 3 this month and I'm going to give you my honest opinion on them. So let's get started. The first book that I read is called A Court of Frost and Starlight. This book is by my favorite author currently, Sarah J. Maas. She is the author of the Throne of Glass series, of A Court in Thorns and Roses series. This is part of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, but it's going to connect to another series that's going to start apparently. And yeah, that's all the background you need. Basically, if you've read this series, it's about the main character Feyre. Oh man, this is all going to be spoilers, so actually never mind. I won't tell you what it's about because this is the 4th book. So I'll just tell you what the series is about. It's about fairies and fays and war and magic and stuff like that. And it's a really interesting series, really well written. Characters are really well developed. And this book is not different in the way that characters are really well developed. The story is really good. It's really well written. A lot of different puzzle pieces come together, and I love it when authors do that. It's very well done, but the story itself kind of annoys me, and I don't want to say why because it'll ruin it, but I was kind of annoyed at the story and like where it went and stuff, and I was like, why? Like, I feel like she's such a good author, and I'm like, you could have taken this story anywhere, and there are just a lot of things that I was like, but I'm still gonna read the next book. So I didn't hate it that much. It's really well done. It's so interesting. You never want to put it down. You want to read it all the time, every day, all the time. I think I read it in a week, which I know is slow for a lot of book readers, but that's fast for me. So if I were to rate it on an interesting scale, I would give it a 10 out of 10, only because you cannot put it down. Like, it's so interesting. But if I were to rate it on how much I liked the story, I would give it maybe a 7 out of 10, which is sad because most of her books would be like a 9 or a 10. But, you know, it's just lots of characters were getting on my nerves throughout this entire book, and I was just like, why? Anyway, that was a really long review because I just had a lot of opinions on that book, and I didn't tell you anything about what it's about because I don't want to ruin it for you, so sorry. Look up the synopsis online. And it's a really interesting series, and it's really well written, and the characters are well developed. I just wish the story was taken in a different direction. But anyway, whatever, I'm not the writer, she's the writer. The next movie that I watched this month was A Quiet Place, directed by John Krasinski and starring John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. It was really good. What it's about is basically aliens have invaded the Earth and they're killing all the people, and they can only hunt by sound. So you have to be really quiet, and if you're loud, then they can hear you and they'll kill you. It's supposed to be a horror movie, but I didn't feel like it was that horror. The director said that it wasn't necessarily like a generic horror movie, and it's kind of deeper than a horror movie. Like, it's about family and like parents and love and family. So I thought it was really good. I didn't think it was that scary. I've heard this comparison and I'm gonna use it. It's kind of like Stranger Things. If you don't think Stranger Things is scary, then you won't think this movie is scary, because it's like aliens. Like, it's not real. It's not like Saw or anything. I haven't seen Saw, but I don't think I would like that. It's not that scary. I thought it was really good. I would give it an 8 out of 10 because I thought it was a really good movie and I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it. The next show that I watched, because I finally watched shows for these reviews, was Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 1. I know I'm so behind on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Everyone's already seen it, but I just discovered it like a few weeks ago or a month ago, whatever, and that same day that I discovered that it was a show, I watched it and I've been watching it since, and I finished season 1 and it's really good. It's really funny. It reminds me of The Office. It's, if you haven't heard of it, like me, although like everyone's heard of it. If you haven't, it's kind of like The Office but in a New York police department basically, and they're all cops and they have to like catch criminals and stuff, but like it's really funny. And yeah, it's really great. I don't know what else to say. They're all hilarious. I really like the show. It's really addicting like The Office because it's really short. And I would give it an 8 out of 10 because it's great. It's a great pastime. It's a great show to watch after work. If you don't want to commit to like a long series and it's pretty lighthearted, it's great. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, new fan. And I'm so glad it got renewed. The last show that I finished this month, and I've been watching it all year, since last year because it was on TV, is Riverdale season 2. So if you don't know what Riverdale is, which I feel like everyone does, but maybe you don't, it's based on the Archie comics and it's these kids in high school and you just follow them along on their adventures kind of. It's a little bit dark though. It's on the CW and I guess a lot of their shows are kind of dark, right? Maybe not all their shows, but some of their shows are like have a dark twist. So it's based on the Archie comics. It's these kids in high school. It's kind of dark. There's murder. It's murder mystery, which is really cool. I love murder mystery because you're trying to figure out who did it, who's guilty, who's innocent, what happened. I love those sort of shows. So I like Riverdale and I think it's really good. I loved season 1 so much. I thought the writing in season 1 was impeccable. It was so good. And yeah, season 1 was amazing. I liked season 2, but I'm gonna rate it based on what I think. I'm going to rate it based on how much I liked the story and where the story went. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, even though I gave season 1 in my head. I didn't put it on here because I watched it last year. I would have given that like much higher. I can't remember now. Probably like a 9. I loved season 1 so much. It was so good. It stayed away from all the cliches. Season 2 I feel like fell into a lot of cliches and I was just really frustrated with so many characters and I was just like, you're stupid and you're stupid. Like why? Stop. Everyone stop. I felt like every episode I was just frustrated with all the characters. So that's why I'm gonna give it such a low rating because I was just kind of mad the whole season at most of the characters, which was annoying. But the season ended well. How did it end? Oh my goodness, I don't remember. But I remember thinking finally all the characters did what I had been wanting them to do all season. So I think season 3 will be better because I'll be actually not frustrated the entire season at all the main characters. But it's really interesting, it's a really easy watch, it's really entertaining. In that way, it's a really good show, but I was just really angry at everyone this season, basically. But it's okay. Next season will be better, I think. I hope. So that is all I watched / read in the month of May. Sorry if this goes up a little bit late, but that's what I watched and that's what I read. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I know I keep promising that we are going to put up more videos, and we are soon. It'll happen. Just trust me. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Bye!